welcome to House of Chi Yoga. Apologies for my voice today. I've been sick over this holiday break and a little bit injured and all the different things, so I just wanted to hop on my mat and get some movement. Not even any movement today, but just something. I wanted to get something out there today. So what I'm going to focus on today is specifically for the neck and the shoulders, the jaw, the head. I carry a lot of tension in my shoulders. I carry a lot of tension in my head, my brow. So I wanted to do something that I kind of use daily to just release all this pressure here, to take a moment to focus on just relaxing, calming, breathing, especially as a yoga teacher. I do a lot of movement in yoga, a lot of upside down holding and speaking at the same time. So a lot of energy, a lot of tension is just constantly getting pushed through my throat, my shoulders, my head. So if you're a yoga teacher, this is going to be a great practice for you. Take some of these concepts and use them on the daily or incorporate them into your own yoga classes. I will be using some fascia release techniques that I've gotten from other people. And that's kind of all my classes. I love to just pick and choose all the different things that I see out there and create what I feel like I need for my own practice and the students who are here with me. So let's get started. You can take your hands down on your lap. If you like closing your eyes, feel free to close your eyes. And take a moment to find your sitting bones. From your sitting bones, inhale and travel up the spine all the way to the crown of the head. And then when you get to the top, hold. And softly exhale from the crown of the head back down to the sitting bones. Inhale, lifting from the sitting bones up. Hold. And exhale, let it fall back down. One more nice calming inhale all the way up. Hold at the crown. And then exhale to release. Taking the peace fingers, I'm just going to lay the weight of the head across the peace fingers. So I put them at my eyelids, and I don't press into my eyelids. I allow the weight of the head to fall forward. So my fingertips are just there for support, and I get a nice gentle pressure. This is also a great class for headache tension, some eye tension, anything that has to do with the shoulders and above. You can give yourself a little bit of circling each direction. Maybe you see some funny colors while you're doing it. And then keep the eyes closed, but bring the head back up through center and lower the hands down into the lap. So with the eyes closed, just travel with the eyes right to left. So you don't actually have to open the eyelids. Just draw the eyes as if you were gazing right to left. And then let's go up and down. From the right corner to the left corner. And the left corner to the right corner. Top to bottom, forgot to mention that. So I'm going top, left, bottom, right. If you messed that up, apologies, you can do it again. And then back through center, feel free to flutter the eyes open. Inhale, palms left, reach overhead, open and close. You can reach through the sides. I have a little bit of limited motion because I've got an injury on my rib, but just follow along with what you can. And then bring the hands back down into the lap. So roll the shoulders back and away, and I'm creating this big squeeze and lift to the ears, and then letting them fall down and away softly. Squeeze and lift, I'm using the muscles, I'm creating the tension, and then I'm letting it go. 3 more. Exhale as you release. Feel free to open the mouth, relax the jaw. 1 more. Keep the chest nice and open. Now take the gaze right to left, this time with the eyes open, and you're traveling with the chin. So the chin's going right to left, the gaze is going right to left. And try to notice if you're using the shoulders, you're using the traps. I want you to move up into the neck muscles. So we're trying to stay away from the shoulder line, away from the trap line. One side of the neck contracts, the other side is lengthening. And then take little half circles with these little half moon swoops. So a little bit more engagement through the sides of the neck. Maybe you feel a stretch from the side of the neck down underneath the collarbone. center. Peace fingers again, going in between the brow, right where the temple is, or excuse me, not the temple, the third eye. And then you're giving yourself a little circling there. So try to make the fingertips circle in the same direction. We're going to go a few one way, and then a few the opposite direction. Now do that again just above the brow. A few one way and then the opposite. And then go to the temple. A little trickier here to tell which direction is the same way. Opposite direction. Oh, I don't know if I got it. And then you're going to travel from the third eye all the way to the temple, just giving some gentle pressure. And it's gentle, firm, and it's consistent. So you don't want a bunch of pulsing, just a nice consistent pressure. Hold at the temple. Now let's just go from the top of the forehead all the way down to the temple. With some nice brushing strokes. Then you can go down the sides of the ear. And let's hold underneath the ear, same thing, circling one direction and circling the opposite direction. I love pressure here. If you were maybe a little bit sick or something, or you're maybe getting a little bit sick, it could be really sensitive here. So do this at your own precaution. Just be careful, go really slow. I keep my fingertips right underneath the ear, and I just allow the weight of the head to fall to the fingertips. Now I'm not actively putting pressure down, I'm just keeping my fingertips like a post and allowing it to give some pressure because my head is releasing. Hold there and breathe. Check in with this side shoulder, it's always working back and open to create space. Let's take a couple more breaths. You feel some space being created around the back of the neck here. Exhale, gently bring it back through center, and then we'll switch sides. So left side, I go underneath the ear, I'm creating length, and then I release the weight of the head on top of the fingertips. The fingers are staying nice and strong. This opposite shoulder is working open and away. Now I have space to breathe. Oh, this one's a little bit more painful. So this is a good way to check too how your system's doing. And then coming back through center. My left side is definitely a little more tense than my right side. So now just take your whole hand and brush down the sides of the neck, those long neck muscles there. And then you'll go from inside the collarbone out and away from the collarbone. And then relax the left palm down. The right peace fingers are going inside collarbone all the way to the outside and slightly above. You're just doing this little pumping action. You might feel some tightness in there, that's okay. Just let it pump. And it should feel like a little spring back. And then bring in the right hand down. Left side, you go inside collarbone, all the way out, a little bit above. It's just kind of tucked underneath the top of the collarbone and give it a little pump. Beautiful. That feels great. Okay. Now we're going to go peace fingers to the occiput, so right at the base of the hairline, if you can see here. My hairline is here, I go towards the center, right at the occiput. And now, same thing I was doing with this action, I'm just releasing the weight of the head back. And you'll feel a little notch where you can hold the weight of the head. So that's what I want you to look for. Just releasing the weight of the head, you're holding. My fingertips feel a little tired this morning, so I'm going to take all my fingertips to hold the weight of my head. Maybe I have a large head, I don't know. Hold there and breathe. Release the front of the throat and open the mouth to relax the jaw. So especially on the exhale, you want to let the mouth hang open, let the jaw fall away, and just let the air pass. One more breath. Emptying on the exhale. And then use your fingertips to come back through center. And relax the hands down. Give your hands a little shake out if your fingertips are a little sore. My body's still a little bit weak, so everything's a little sore and tired today for me. All right, we're going to fire up the sides of the neck muscles now. So the right hand is going to the side of the head, and I have to make sure this shoulder stays down and away. If I'm doing this, then all I'm doing is activating those muscles to be really tight. So I want to sink the shoulder, soften the trap, pull down through the lat, the straightest interior, everything on the side, And now as I press into my palm, it's the side of my neck muscles that are working. So I'm actually working on lengthening and strengthening the neck muscles, not contracting things in. So sink it down in the way, use the neck muscles to press against the palm, and you're just creating some resistance by holding the hand there. So keep breathing, keep breathing. Feel the sides of the neck. If you start feeling it in the shoulder or anything, back away, go back into the neck. And you can do this multiple times. For the sake of the video, I'm just going to do it once. I do recommend doing this 2 or 3 times. So you can always pause the video here, take a few breaths, do it a couple more times, relaxing now. So you can pause here if you'd like, do 2 more sets of that, and then move on to this next stretch, which I'm going to make this little L shape with my thumb and first finger. I'm bringing it down to the floor. I'm about 1 inch off the floor, and as I work away behind the body, it's unrolling this right side shoulder in the front of my pec, and I'm going to also go from this shoulder out and away in the opposite direction. So I'm working both this way behind me and this way to the side of me. So make sure this is that center point. You're reaching, you're keeping it close to the ground, and then you're creating a deeper stretch by gazing in the opposite direction. Keep breathing. This is a really good deep stretch for all the side of the neck muscle. If this shoulder is rotated in, you have to rotate it out to feel the stretch. Let's take 1 more breath here. And then coming back through center, that right arm is just going to wrap across to the left. You're just going to support the shoulder and let it move around a little bit. Nice. Okay, now right hand goes down, the left hand goes to the side of the head. Remember everything that worked on the other side. Shoulders, everything staying down and engaged so that I can focus on the side of the neck muscles to press. So if you feel like the shoulder is creeping up, work it down. Stay focused on the side of the neck muscle. And keep breathing. And continually working that left side shoulder down. I'm having to continually remind myself, which is actually why I get a lot of neck and head pain in the first place. It's because I tend to use my shoulders instead of develop these neck muscles. So it's a very common thing in our society, especially today, is not developing these neck muscles correctly. So we're just trying to kind of counterbalance some of that with this movement today. Let's take 1 more inhale here. Exhale. Now you can bring the hand down. Again, if you want to pause, now you can pause, do 2 more sets of that, and then you'll make that L shape, take it down to the floor, roll this shoulder open, gaze away in the opposite direction, create a stretch from both ends of the shoulder and pec area, and hold and breathe. And I want to continually work this left arm behind me. So I'm not taking it back and letting it drop. I'm working it energetically away. I'm holding behind the body. And of course, if I want to open up all this here, I need to be engaging this back muscle, contracting into the back muscle. And if you can keep that fingertip close to the floor, it's going to be an even better stretch for you. Let's take 2 more inhales. And exhale, coming through center. Let that left arm wrap around the right shoulder. Any kind of softening movement you need through the shoulder. The next one we're going to do, let's actually fall asleep a little bit. The next one we're going to do is a jaw tension release, and it's super funny looking, so lucky you don't have to do it in front of the camera, but I will do that for you today. So, hopefully you have a clean enough finger that you're going to stick in your mouth. You could do 2 fingers, a little bit intense. This one is a little bit painful, but I did get this from a doctor that I follow on Instagram who was great. I don't remember his name, but maybe I can share his profile sometimes. It's amazing. So, this one, you are hooking, and I'm using my pointer finger, and I'm hooking it to the back of my jaw. So I'm going to stick my finger in, hook to the back of my jaw where my teeth end, and there's not much space there, so you really have to kind of wiggle your fingertip back, hook it in, and then we're going to do some movements from there. It is a little painful. It's not a super intense pain. It's something that you should be able to handle, and it actually releases the jaw really well. So I hope you follow along with this one. So, excuse me. We're going to stick the finger in, we're going to choke the jaw, and then it's gonna limit our movement in our mouth, but the first thing we're gonna do is just try to open and close our mouth a little bit. Okay, you'll feel more pressure on the jaw, and then we're gonna hold that pressure, and you're gonna look, same thing we did with our eyes closed, right to left, and then we're gonna look up and down. We're gonna go right corner, right corner. We're gonna do each of those 5 times. I don't think I'll be able to talk while my fingers are in my mouth, so hopefully you can follow along just by watching me, or maybe watch me do it, and then go ahead and rewind the video and do it on your own. So whatever you want to do here. But I'm going to go ahead and take my fingertips, then I'll have to stop talking now. I'm going to place them in. I'm going to go right, left for 5, up, down 5, right, left 5, left, right 5. And then I'll take my fingertips out and just take a few deep breaths to let the jaw settle. And just notice the tension in the jaw right now, and then notice the release of tension afterward. Have fun with this one. Feel free to look away as well. I guess you can't, you have to watch me. I hope you did that with me. Feels great. Just take your fingertips, massage across the jaw. Try to keep everything nice and soft. I heard a lot of crunching and cracking in there today. I need to practice that one a little bit more often, I think. So any kind of pressing or massaging you can do throughout the jaw. And then the last thing we'll do is just take the tongue inside the mouth and do a little bit of basically mouth yoga is what it's called. So we're just going to move the tongue around pretty forcefully inside the mouth. You want to press against the inside of the lip. You want to push in the jaw, do the teeth, anything you can do, just move your tongue around like a little tornado in your mouth. You want it to be forceful, not necessarily painful, but you do want to have a little bit of energy in there. So have fun with that for about 15-20 seconds. That was funny. I've never said tornado in your mouth, but that's what I envisioned the whole time I was doing that exercise, so it totally worked. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that stuff. My mouth, my jaw, my everything feels a little bit better. I feel a little bit less congested. Lots of stuff you can do just by using your own fingers and maneuvering all these things in the upper body. So have fun with that. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to take a little Shavasana. That can help you reset through your nervous system with all that jaw adjusting we just did. So if you have a few minutes to lie down, feel free to, or please do. And like and subscribe. I am working on getting Patreon up still, so I can start doing more of these videos and having more time and space and freedom to do them. So hopefully that will be happening in a week. I should say it out loud. Happening within a week. I will have it up and running. Okay, thank you everybody. Let's inhale our arms, palms up together, and then bring them down to our heart. I hope you enjoyed today. I enjoyed being here with you, and I will see you next time. How's up, G?